We said coming into the day that the goal for the Hun School would be to play 2 this afternoon. That is exactly what we have, the decisive game in the Prep A Championship as the Hun Raiders, 14-7 on the season, are set to take on the Blair Academy Buccaneers. Hi everyone, with Sean Pucciarelli, Mike Samso with you. A pleasure to have you along on this warm Sunday afternoon. Matt Cooker getting in his warm-up tosses, as again, Hun will be the home team in this afternoon's game, as they were in game number 1, taking on the Blair Buccaneers. We'll meet the starting lineups coming up in just a little bit, but first, Sean, for Matt Cooker out on the hill, decisive game of the season. It's got to be a lot of nerves for that young man.
Yeah, for sure, Mike, and thanks for the introduction there. That was nice. I think the important thing is just keeping the ball rolling after a big win in Game 1.
Starting lineup for the Blair Academy Buccaneers and head coach Jim Stone. We'll have shortstop Kyle Walker batting leadoff. Batting second and catching is David Hidalgo Gatto. Ed Lair plays third base this game and bats third. Batting fourth is the left fielder Brett Lubreski. Batting fifth, playing center field, Neil Ring. Sixth is the right fielder Kevin Holliday. Christian Sook pitches this afternoon and bats seventh. We'll explain Christian's situation as the afternoon goes on. Arlen Lopez is the designated hitter. He bats eighth. He'll hit for first baseman Michael Andreas. And Tommy Kimmelman, the second baseman, bats ninth. So again, for the Buccaneers of Blair, it's Walker, Hidalgo, Gatto, Lair, Lubreski, Ring, Holliday, Sook, Lopez hitting for Andreas, and Kimmelman. The right-handed hitting shortstop Kyle Walker stands in, and he'll go to work against Matt Cooker.
Leading off for the Bucks.
Cooker, the tall, lanky right-hander, goes into the windup in the first pitch of the day. Is hit right back up the middle. Cooker dives, deflects it towards Sher. Perez, bare hand on the first, two wide. It gets past Pontrella, and cruising on to second is Kyle Walker. Perez, a nice play. And it goes an infield single and an error, giving him second base. And very quickly, for Blair, they have a runner on at second base with nobody down here in the top half of the first.
The catcher, number 4, David Hidalgo Gatto.
So standing in now, David Hidalgo Gatto with a runner in scoring position. Stretch in the first pitch, showing bunt. It's low from Cooker. And it's 1-0. Cooker will work from the stretch. And the 1-0. Showing bunt again. It's popped up. Friedberg dives and makes the catch behind home plate. Big out number 1. Hidalgo Gatto retired. And it's one down. Runner has to remain at second base, and Ed Lair, the third baseman, stands in. Stretch in the first pitch. Curveball in the dirt. 1-0 the count. Defense has James Worosta at third base. Up the middle, Peter Schinsler plays second. Perez, the shortstop. Pontrella over at first. This one gets past Friedberg, and the wild pitch will allow Walker to third with one down. That one just right through the legs of Friedberg. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. Cooker will continue to work from the stretch with a runner on third, and now steps off. This one up the middle, a base hit, and Blair has the first run of the day. An RBI single for Ed Lair, scoring on the play, Walker. And it's 1-0, Buccaneers in front.
Number 15, Brett Lubreski.
So standing in now, Brett Lubreski. And it's a ball, 1-0. That one on the outside half for a strike count even. At 1-1, Bill Pitterman calls the balls and strikes in today's game. Over at first, Bill Friedman. Tony Procasino is the third base umpire. This one poked out toward left field, but rated Evan Barrett, who takes a couple of steps in, and it's out number 2. Ed Blair will hold over at first. 2 down, and Neil Ring, the center fielder, will stand in. Ring batted third in game number 1, in which Hun was victorious 2-0. Pickoff play over at first gets past Pontrella. Cruising to second is Lair. He'll drop anchor there. So an error on the play allows Lair to go to second. He's in scoring position. 1-0 the count at the plate to Neil Ring. Cooker will work from the hip. Right center field. This one could be trouble. It falls in. Extra bases and another run. Into second with the RBI double, Neil Ring, and it's 2-0 Blair. A couple of early errors for the Hun Raiders have put them behind the 8 ball. And we mentioned that last game fielded so well. But now Hun, a little early jitters out in the field as Cooker's first pitch is low and inside. Ball 1 to Holiday. Two and out. On deck, Christian Sook, the pitcher. Fouled off the mask of Friedberg, and it's 2-1. Blair with 2 runs here in the top half of the first on 3 hits and a pair of errors as well. Fouled off again at the plate, in the count even at 2-2.
This is a big pitch right here, Mike. They got to cut the bleeding.
2 balls, 2 strikes the count to Kevin Holiday. Holiday struggled to make much contact off of Jason Applegate in game 1. This one swung on foul, tipped once more. Holiday doing just enough to stay alive. And the home plate umpire, Bill Pitterman, gives Gideon Friedberg a second. He's already getting hit pretty hard behind home plate. He's gotten a couple of foul tips off the mask. I believe he caught that one on the leg. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Stretch from Cooker in the pitch. Full count. Cooker able to get himself out of danger here in the first. But Blair able to make some hay. 2 runs, 3 hits, a pair of errors, and 1 left on base. We've played 1/2 of an inning here in the Prep A Championship. It's Blair 2 and the Hun School coming to bat. We go to the bottom of the first. Here at the Hun School, Will Field is the site. 2-0 our score. The Blair Buccaneers in front over the Raiders of the Hun School with Sean Pucciarelli, Mike Samso with you. Thanks so much for making us a part of your afternoon. We mentioned Blair scoring 2 in the top half of the first. Bill McQuaid counters with his starting lineup. That has Evan Barrett, the left fielder, batting leadoff, batting second, and playing second base is Peter Schintzler. Jason Applegate, who spun a gem on the hill last game, now plays right field and bats third. Batting fourth, the first baseman, Justin Pontrella. Alex Mummy, the center fielder, bats fifth. Batting sixth is the designated hitter, Jordan Smith. He hits for third baseman, James Worosta. Batting seventh, Nick Perez plays shortstop. Batting eighth and catching, Gideon Friedberg. And batting ninth and pitching is Matt Cooker. Barrett stands in to go to work against Christian Sook, whose first pitch, humpback liner towards short. And right at Kyle Walker, one pitch, one down. Here in the bottom of the first. So now Peter Schintzler will stand in. We talked about Christian Sook, the ace of this Blair staff, but has a leg injury. And talking to the head coach of the Blair Buccaneers last night, Jim Stone, said he hopes to get a couple of innings perhaps today out of Sook. So you wonder if this will be a bullpen game or he'll just let Sook go as long as the body allows. Schintzler pops this one up behind third base. And there is Kyle Walker for out number 2. And the first two are retired here in the Hun first. It will bring the right fielder Jason Applegate to the plate.
Right fielder number 17, Jason Applegate.
Although Applegate did not have a hit last game, he crushed one out to left. On a normal day here at the Hun School, probably gets out of here, but little breeze and very heavy, humid day, and the ball died down out near the warning track. 2-0 the count. Sook deals. And that one's outside. Christian Sook working quickly. Applegate trying to break that rhythm, calls time. High and tight ball 4, and Applegate, a 2-out base runner, able to draw the walk.
The first baseman, number 51, Justin Pontrella.
So it brings the first baseman, Justin Pontrella, to the plate. Pontrella legged out the decisive run last game, getting an RBI infield single. And inning number 1, quick pickoff play over at first, but back in standing is Applegate. Sook takes a long glare in. First pitch to Pontrella is popped foul, first base side, and out of play. No balls, 1 strike to count. And that one just misses. Count even 1-1. Alex Mummy, center fielder, hoping for an opportunity. Another pickoff play. Applegate was only about a half a step off the bag and was able to scurry back in time. Right center field, a line drive and a base hit for Pontrella. Applegate digs for third. Throw will be cut off, and Hun has runners at the corners with 2 down here in the first. A solid piece of hitting there from Justin Pontrella. Gets a pitch on the outside half. Goes with the pitch into right field. See a patient approach there. And a good stock out to right center. And now Alex Mummy stands in with an RBI opportunity. David Hidalgo Gato stands out to go through the signs with the infield, and Sook once more. 1-0 the count. Mummy, a good swing of that one, but fouls it straight back. Makes the count even. 1 ball, 1 strike to the center fielder, Alex Mummy. Designated hitter Jordan Smith on deck, hoping for an opportunity. Mummy crushes this one to left field, but well foul and out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Blair had a very similar opportunity in inning number 1 of the last game. They were not able to come through, and that was really their last chance. Hun hoping to avoid the same fate. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. The pitch. High in the count, even at 2.
Both pitchers having to dig deep here in only the first inning, Mike. This is a big spot for Sook.
We mentioned Sook maybe having a little bit of a problem. Has a deep thigh bruise.
Yeah, you can tell he's favoring that plant foot.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He seems to be throwing all right. He's got some decent pop on his fastball, so see if that holds up.
2 balls, 2 strikes to the count to Mummy. Full count, good discipline there by Mummy to hold up on the off-speed pitch. You would imagine Pontrella will be moving from first. So does Blair, so they throw to check on him. Payoff pitch. Mummy swings and fouls it off. We'll do it again at 3-2. You know, if nothing else, Sean, they are making Sook work here on a very hot day in inning number 1.
That's true, and as you alluded to earlier, we don't know how long that leash is on Sook. I don't know if there's a pitch count on him, but you're right. At least they're making him throw pitches.
Mummy swings and socks this one to deep center field, tracking back and able to make the catch is Neil Ring in the left center field gap, and Hun is retired here in the the bottom half of inning number 1. For the Raiders, no run on a hit, no errors, 2 left on base. We go to the second with the Blair Buccaneers in 2-0.
Leading off the top of the second inning for Blair.
Set to start the second inning here at the Hun School Prep A Championship on the line between the Hun Raiders and the Blair Buccaneers. Christian Sook stands in, and the first pitch is fisted right field side and foul. Not foul by much, but it doesn't have to be foul by much. No balls, 1 strike, the count to Sook. Bottom part of the order, Sook, Lopez, and Kimmelman to hit for the Bucks here in the second off of Matt Cooker. 0-1. In the dirt and the count even up. 2-1 the count. Sean, the Hun defense didn't really do many favors to Cooker in trying to help him settle into the game with a pair of errors in that first inning.
Yeah, those errors and walks.
Sook crushes this one deep left center field, and that one is off the fence. Extra bases for Christian Sook. He's in the second with a leadoff double.
Put a good swing on that one, Mike.
Yeah. Speaking of not helping you settle in much. And now Arlen Lopez, the designated hitter, will stand in. Christian Sook will play Division I baseball next year at Nicholls State. He'll head there as a pitcher, but showed he can do the job with the bat also. First pitch. Outside, ball 1. 1-0 the count to Lopez. We talked about the leash for Sook, Sean, but I wonder how long the leash may be here for Cooker also if he continues to struggle. Outside, it's 2-0.
Little surprised they're not sacrificing here. Trying to expand that lead a little bit.
And put some more pressure on the Hun defense also. 2-0 the count. Low and inside, 3 balls and no strikes to the count to Arlen Lopez. Away from second is Sook. And Cooker deals high and tight, ball 4. 2 odd, nobody out. Tommy Kimmelman stands in. This may be a good opportunity for that sacrifice you mentioned to get runners at second and third for the top of the order.
Second baseman number 1, Tommy Kimmelman.
But then again, off of 4 straight out of the strike zone.
Right.
Might make him throw you one here first.
Yep.
Infield in at the corners. Kimmelman shows bunt, gets it down. Only play is the first. And Cooker hustles it over there to retire Kimmelman, but the sacrifice is good. So 1-4 goes the sacrifice bunt, and back to the top of the order. Kyle Walker stands in. He reached on an error and scored. Back at inning number 1. Infield in for Hun here in inning number 2. In the dirt, Friedberg able to block it, but it's 1-0. Hun used Robbie Hughesland, one of their other pitchers, yesterday. But there is some action starting to stir as this one hit right field side, but foul. One and 1 the count. Action in the bullpen is 32 George Revok, starting to warm up for Hun. 1-1 is a suicide squeeze that Cooker airmails, and coming around to score on the play from third base is Christian Sook. And that makes it a 3-0 Blair lead. Up to third on the play goes Lopez. One ball, 2 strikes the count. Cooker deals. This one swung on, fouled off right field side. So the count remains 1-2. A 1-2. Swung on and missed. So that's out number 2.
The catcher, David Hidalgo Gatto.
As Kyle Walker's retired, now David Hidalgo Gatto stands in with a runner on at third, 2 down. Cooker works from the stretch. Curveball outside, ball 1, 1-0. 2 balls, no strikes to count. On deck, Blair has himself an RBI single. 3-0 the count to Cooker. Sean, if you're Bill McQuaid, how long is that leash for Cooker right now? Because it feels like it's getting shorter by the pitch.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, I think depending how this at-bat goes, this might be his last hitter.
3-0. Moment inside, ball 4. It is a 4-pitch walk. Runners now at the corners. And Bill McQuaid is coming out to the hill. We'll see if he elects to make the change and go to Revoc, or if this is just a conversation. But certainly a rough start for the Hun Raiders. Already down 3-0 with runners at the corners. Here in the bottom half, or top half, excuse me, of inning number 2. We mentioned Blair has won 3 straight Prep A titles, looking for their 4th in a row. In good shape to do so right now.
Looks like he's sticking with him.
George Revoc continues to warm up in the Hun bullpen at the ready if need be. Ed Blair, third baseman, stands in. He's already got an RBI single to his credit so far.
Let's see if Blair tries to make some things happen with first and third here.
First pitch. Curveball on the inside half, first strike, and it's 0-1. Hidalgo Gatto at first, Lopez at third. This one ripped left field side, base hit over Rosta's head. Around to score on the play is Lopez. Up to second, Hidalgo Gatto. Blair has himself another RBI single, and it's now 4-0. And here comes McQuaid. That will be the end of the day for Matt Cooker. It's always tough when you're in these doubleheader situations, Sean, because you have to win game 1 before you can worry about game 2. And a lot of times once you get to game 2, the pitching staff can be a little lighter than you would like it to be.
That's right, yep.
So 4-0 the score. New pitcher into the game is George Revoc. And we'll tell you about him right after this. You're watching Strive.
Now pitching for Hun, number 32, George Revoc.
New pitcher into the game for the Hun School Raiders is George Revoc. Matt Cooker did not last long and was never really able to settle in. We mentioned he had some problems with his defense behind him. 2 errors in inning number 1, and Cooker never really settled in from there. So now Reebok is in, and he's in a bit of a hornet's nest. With runners at first and second, 2 down here in the second. Already another 2 runs home. Reebok, the lefty, looks in for his sign. Here's the stretch. Check on the runners in the pitch. That one just misses, ball 1. Reebok pretty dependable on the hill this season in 15 1/3 innings pitched. That one misses high, however, and it's 2-0. Reebok on the season 1-1. 19 runs surrendered, 14 of them earned. 6.39 ERA. Pitch in for a strike. 2-1 the count. Two-one. Misses high, and it's 3-1. A hitter's count at the plate. With Brett Lubreski, a very dangerous hitter, in. The 3-1. High, ball 4. So now the bases are loaded, and Neil Ring, the center fielder, stands in. Reebok will work from the windup with the first pitch. Ring swings and pops it a mile high on the infield. First base side able to make the catch is Pontrella, and the inning is over. But Blair is able to add another 2 to their lead. They do so with 2 hits, no errors, and the bases left loaded. We've played an inning and a half. It's Blair 4, Hun nothing here in the Prep A Championship on Strive. Bottom of the second, 4-0 our score. Blair in front over Hun. And Jordan Smith, the designated hitter, stands in to go to work off of Christian Sook. First pitch. In the dirt, ball 1. Hun already into their bullpen, with George Reebok having to relieve Matt Cooker after just an inning and 2/3. We said still has some health problems. He'll go as far as that deep thigh bruise will allow him. So 1-0 waved at and missed. Count even 1-1. Smith swings and pops this one short left field. Drifting out is the shortstop, and able to make the catch is Kyle Walker. well into left field. Generally don't see a shortstop that far back, but they were playing Smith pretty deep to left. And he's retired. It's one down here in the second.
The shortstop, number 6, Nick Perez.
So shortstop Nick Perez, Rutgers University bound, stands in. Swings at the first pitch, hits it out to left field. Couple of steps over for Lubreski, and just like that, it's 2 down. There's good and bad that comes with being aggressive early in the count, Sean, because we saw it work to Hun's success last game, able to get a couple of first pitch hits. But a first pitch out there, and Sook cruising here in the second as Friedberg stands in. First pitch high for ball 1.
Yep, that's really the last thing you want down 4-0. They're able to make them work in the first inning, but swinging at first pitches, that works to Sook's advantage for sure.
Count even, 1-1. Pitcher spot on deck. Should Friedberg keep the inning alive, but swings like that won't do it. It's 1-2. Friedberg swings, fouls this one right field side, not a play. So we'll do it once more at 1-2. Rivak is in the on deck circle. Inning over. Sook able to retire Blair. 1, 2, 3. Here in the bottom of the second, we've played 2. Here at Wolf Field, our score, Bucks 4, Hun nothing. This is the Prep A championship game on Strive.
Leading off the top of the third inning for Blair, the right fielder, number 2, Kevin Holliday.
Kevin Holliday stands in as we're set to start the top of the third with Blair in front 4-0 over Hun. George Rivak in his second inning over relief of starter Matt Cooker. The first pitch swung on and missed by Holliday, 0-1. Not going to be able to get it on the sweet spot of the bat all the way out there. Just a tick high, 1-1. It's Holliday, Sook, and Lopez due up this half. That one misses outside, 2-1. Holliday struck out to end the first. His first time up. Already a third strikeout of the day for Holliday. But he gets into this one pretty well toward left field, sinking fast, diving, and it falls out of the glove of Evan Barrett. It's a single for Kevin Holliday to lead off the third. Heck of an effort by Barrett, but Tony Procasino right there said the ball fell out of the glove of Barrett. And he's a leadoff base runner here in the third.
The pitcher, number 10, Christian Sook.
And it will bring Christian Sook, the pitcher, to the plate. First pitch from Rivak. 0-1. About a three-step lead away from the bag at first for Holiday. Off-speed pitch misses outside. Count even at 1. The 1-1. High and outside, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike, the count to Christian Sook. That one catches the outside half. And it's 2-2. Rivak the stretch. Check on the runner. And a full count. Don't want to put the first 2 on here in the third. Payoff pitch, runner goes. Check swing, it's high for a ball, so the throw won't matter. It is a walk for Christian Sook. Runners at first and second. Courtesy runner is Willie Kaiser. Coming on over at first. Awful close to a swing, Sean.
Number 7,
Yeah,
Kaiser.
that was a close one. I thought he might have went, but he was able to hold up in the umpire's eyes, and that's
Now batting the
all that
designated
matters.
hitter, number 22,
Arlen Lopez, the designated hitter, stands in.
Lopez.
Pushing the first attempt of a bunt foul is Arlen Lopez, and it's 0-1. At second is Holiday. Sook on over at first. Rivak offers, and it's high. Count even at 1-1. Justin Pontrella in at the corner at first base. Runner breaks for third. Bunt right toward Pontrella, who tags the runner, but the sacrifice is good. Up to third on the play, Holiday. To second is Willie Kaiser, the runner for Christian Sook. It's 1 down, but it's runners at second and third. Hun can ill afford to surrender any more runs. Standing in is Kimmelman. First pitch, outside.
It's another squeeze situation here, Mike.
Yeah, we saw one earlier, and Cooker actually airmailed the throw home. Kimmelman fouls it straight back. Count even at 1-1. Holiday at third. Kaiser at second. 4-0. Blair in front, looking for more. 1 ball and 2 strikes. You get the feeling Rivak could stay out of trouble if he could just stay out there.
Yeah, he's definitely making better pitches than Cooker was. I think they might just try and ride him out the rest of the game, see if they can get some runs up.
Big looper of a breaking ball, not really close. And the count even at 2. Fouled off of Friedberg and back. And we'll do it again at 2-2. All quiet in the Hun bullpen right now. You have to think they at least need some innings out of Rivak.
Yeah, I think they're going to stick with him. I don't know how much more they have left.
After playing about 4 games in 24 hours, this being the 4th. Swung on and missed. Big out number 2. Kimmelman retired, and it's 2 down. And it will bring Kyle Walker to the plate. Walker reached on an error and scored his first time up. Actually had a single, went to second on an error. And scored his first time up. And he hits this one right back up the middle. That one's probably going to be 2 runs. It's at least 1 to make it 5-0. Throw up the line, and it's 6-0. Walker breaks for second and gets there. A 2 RBI single for Kyle Walker. And it's 6-0 Blair. So we'll have another pitching visit. This time assistant coach Tom Monfoletto goes out to talk to Rivak. Gather the infield around also. And now standing in, David Hidalgo Gatto. Another runner in scoring position is Walker. Rivak stretches. Pickoff play at second, and it goes off of the glove of Perez and into center. Here's the throw to third, the slide, and safe. So the throwing error from George Rivak allows the runner Kyle Walker to get to third. And Hidalgo Gatto set to go to work. First pitch. Fouled off.
It's a daylight play there, Mike. Just a little late on the spin.
Yeah, it's a real tough for a lefty to spin back and make that solid throw to second base. Rivak bounces that one home. Good job to block it by Friedberg. It's 1-1. All quiet in the Hun bullpen right now, but we mentioned the pitching depth a little thin for the Raiders right now. They might need Rivak to just kind of tough his way through this. 1-2 the count. Hun has 9-1-2 due up in the third. 1-2. Swung on and missed. So Rivak able to get his second strikeout of the inning, but not before 2 runs are surrendered. Do so on a pair of hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the third, 6-0. Hun trails the Blair Buccaneers here on Strive. We go to the bottom of the third, 6-0. Blair in front over Hun. And the Prep A championship game winner of this one will get the championship, and Hun needs to start chipping away down 6-0. They'll do so with the reliever Rivak at the plate. Sook in his third inning deals the first pitch low and outside, ball one. The need to keep Rivak in the game does Hun because he's not a starter, so you can't pinch hit for him and then have him re-enter. It would be the end of the day if he were a pinch hit for. Count even 1-1. Christian Sook showing no real ill effects right now, that leg injury, but he misses low and inside there. 2-1. 2-1. Reebok fouls it off, and it's 2-2. Sean, you get toward the top of the lineup here. It might not be a bad idea for Hun to test Sook out there on the mound a little bit. Push a bunt third base side, something like that. Make him field and move around on that off leg a little bit. Reebok hits this one back up the middle, sinking fast and falling in for a base hit for George Reebok. Maybe that's the place to start for the Raiders if they want to get back into this one.
Yep, as we were talking during the break, they just got to start chipping away here. They don't need 6 this inning. Maybe throw up 1-2. Start chipping away.
Running at first base.
Courtesy runner is Kyle O'Sullivan.
Back to the top of the order.
Warosta
The left fielder, number 33, Evan Barrett.
over in the bullpen. Also, Pontrella starting the toss over there as Evan Barrett stands in. Remember, even though he is the pitcher, with Reebok coming out of the game, he cannot re-enter. Pickoff play over at first to keep an eye on O'Sullivan. He's back in safely. So it looks like it's going to be Justin Pontrella up next. He's tossing in the bullpen. Another pickoff play. O'Sullivan not going anywhere. You got to imagine O'Sullivan won't go anywhere with his team down by 6 right now.
Yeah, I don't think down 6 they're going to be looking to steal here.
First pitch in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Evan Barrett 0 for 1 on the day. Lined out to short his first time up. Chopper towards second. Perfect double play ball. And they're able to retire too, just like that. 4-6-3. Not easy to do with a speedy Barrett.
The second baseman, number 5, Peter
But you
Schitzler.
see, he hits this one right on the nose. And Kimballman on to Walker. And a great stretch over at first by Michael. Now first pitch slugged out to left by Schitzler. Caught out there by Lubreski. And just like that, what could have been a promising inning for the Raiders ends. For Hun in the fourth, no runs on a hit, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the fourth. Blair 6-0 in front here in the Prep A championship. George Reebok back out there on the hill for Hun. With his team down 6-0, Reebok is allowed to re-enter.
Leading off the top of the fourth
Because
inning
of
for the
courtesy runner
Bucks.
rules, you can courtesy run
Number
for a
11,
pitcher
third
or a
baseman,
catcher at any
Blair.
time. One of those decisions made for interest of speed of the game. So Reebok back out there in his third inning of relief, and the first pitch misses high and outside for a ball. It's 1-0. 3, 4, and 5. Blair, Lubreski, and Ring due up. That one on the outside half for a strike. Evening up the count with Sean Pucciarelli, Mike Samsel with you. Thanks so much for making us part of your Sunday afternoon. Prep A championship on the line. Blair looking for their 4th straight. They're in good position now with a 6-0 lead. 2-1. Right center field. This one extra bases. Blair digging for second. After it is Mummy out in center. And it's a leadoff double for Ed Lair. That one just timed perfectly by Lair. Went with it in the right center field gap. And just like that, a runner in scoring position. Brett Lubreski stands in. We mentioned Justin Pontrella now in over at first base. Has been all day. He was warming up in the bullpen last half inning. So he's at the ready if Bill McQuaid elects to make the move. First pitch is a ball, and it's 1-0. Pickoff play at second, back in safely Lair. Another pickoff play. Lair back in safely. Lair not being humble with those leads over at second base. He's daring Reebok to throw that way. And maybe breaking his concentration a little bit on the batter as it's 2-0. That one misses just high, and it's 3-0. Neil Ring on deck. Reebok deals. In for a strike.
See if he makes them come twice here. Reebok's been struggling to find the strike zone this inning.
Ball 4. So runners on at first and second. Nobody down. And Neil Ring stands in.
The center fielder, number 6, Neil Ring.
Bottom of the order has actually done a fair bit of damage, 6 through 9. Ring with an RBI double of his own. He's bunting here, and this is going to be a tough play. On the first, not in time, infield single, and the bases are loaded. Schinsler was back in normal position. How could you blame him? Ring saw it and dropped it down perfectly, and now the bases are loaded. And standing in, Kevin Holliday.
Number 2, Kevin Holliday.
Hunt has to be careful here. It could really get away from him, Sean.
Yeah, this is a big at-bat here. A strikeout would be perfect.
Holliday 1 for 2 on the day. A single, a run scored, and a strikeout. Pops this one up. This could be playable in foul territory, but it will squirt over the fence.
This is a big opportunity for Blair to put this game potentially completely out of reach.
Buccaneers already in front. 6-0 with the bases loaded. Nobody down here in the 4th. 0-1. Chopper on the infield. Revock comes home with it, and it's not in time. A fielder's choice allows Blair to score. The bases remain loaded, and it's 7-0. It was a close play. Now Sook stands in. As the lead is 7-0, and Sook lines this one foul, first base side. Oh, and 1 the count, still nobody down. Sook has reached base both times up, once with a double, once with a walk, has scored both times also. On the inside half for a strike, it's 0-2. Arlen Lopez, designated hitter, waits on deck. It's the stretch from Revock and the 0-2. In the dirt, nice block by Friedberg. Prep A championship on the line. Blair in front 7-0. This one rope left side, base hit. It's at least one. Station to station baseball for the Buccaneers, and it's 8-0. Not much you can do right now.
Courtesy running at first base, number 7, Willie Kaiser.
If you're Hun, just getting it handed to you a little bit, and McQuaid will come to the mound. Looks like we're going to have another pitching change. Justin Pontrella appears like he'll take over on the mound. We'll tell you about Justin right after this. Our score in the Prep A championship game is Blair in front over Hun. Still nobody down here in the 4th, and it's 8-0. We'll be back here on Strive.
Now pitching for the Raiders, number 51, Justin Pontrella. Now playing first base, number 32, George Revock.
It's a straight change for Hunch. Justin Pontrella takes over on the hill, and George Revock moves from pitcher to first base. Pontrella comes in with the bases loaded, and his team down 8-0. Pontrella has allowed 12 runs this season, 6 of them earned in 8 innings pitched. 14 walks in 8 innings, 5 strikeouts, a 5.25 ERA. Arlen Lopez stands in. Still has not had an at-bat on the day. He's walked and had a sacrifice bunt. First pitch in the dirt. And it's 1-0. 10-run rule is in effect in the state playoffs as well. As this one misses Lemon outside, ball 2. It's 2-0. Home team has to get at least 5 at-bats. After 5 at-bats, if the home team is trailing by more than 10 runs, the game is over. 1-1. Swung on, popped up, foul and out of play. Two balls and a strike to count. This one golfed out toward right field and foul. Long run, but no chance for Applegate. So now the count even at 2-2. Justin Pontrella, third pitcher of the day for the Raiders of Hun. First 2 did not find much success. 2-2. High and tight, full count. Pontrella tried to snap off a breaking ball there, but not much success. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count. Pontrella winds and the pitch. Outside, ball 4. That'll force in a run to make it 9-0 Blair. An RBI walk for Arlen Lopez. Ring comes around to score on the play. Up to third is Holiday, the courtesy runner for Christian Sook. Willie Kaiser to second.
The second baseman, number 1.
And now standing in, Tommy Kimmelman. First pitch from Pontrella, swung on and missed. Umpire actually says it was a foul tip from Kimmelman. Either way, it's 0-1. Kimmelman, little humpback liner on the infield, running over, able to get to it nicely is Schinsler. And that finally is out number 1 here in the 4th. It will bring the top of the order in Kyle Walker to the plate. Walker has had a nice day. Singled, scored, and has a 2 RBI single as well. That pitch misses for a ball, and it's 1-0. Actually, that was a strike. My apologies. So 0-1 the count. Now it's 1-1. Just a little clairvoyancy on my part. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Pontrella winds up in the pitch. Liner right field, and it falls for a base hit. Applegate able to cut it off. It'll force station-to-station baseball, and it is another RBI. And that makes it 10-0. Blair in front over Hunt. Now standing in, David Hidalgo. Gatto chops this one left side, left field, base hit. It's another run, another RBI single. Scoring that time is Lopez. And it's now 11-0. Blair in front.
The third baseman, number 11, Ed Lear.
First pitch to Lair, in for a strike, and it's 0-1. The pitch. This one swung on, hit towards center field pretty deep. Mummy goes back on it, makes the catch. Breaking from third is Lopez. Throw cut off. It'll be a sacrifice fly. And an RBI, and that makes it 12-0. As Lopez scores that time. The other runners will stay put. And And standing in now, Brett Lubreski. He singled and scored earlier this inning. On the outside half for a strike, 0-1. Sean, Mama always said there'd be days like this.
That's right, Mike. I'm kind of interested to see what Hunt does in the bottom of the inning. If they just lay down, or if they come out and fight, put up a couple runs, try and extend the game.
1 on the count. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. The 1-2. Just misses outside. 2-2 the count. To Brett Lubreski. Runners at first and second. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Hit foul. Left field side. Out of play. Count remains the same. 2-2. Already 6 home this inning for Blair. Up 12-0. Lubreski swings and hits this one toward right. Applegate has a beat on it. Makes the catch. And that is finally the end of inning number 4. But not before 11 men bat for the Blair Buccaneers. They bring home 6 in the inning. And they lead 12-4 as we go to the bottom of the 4th here on Strive. We go to the bottom of the 4th here at the Hun School. 12-0 our score. Blair in front over Hun. Now we've been told the 10-run rule is not in effect this afternoon. We will keep you updated on that. Or I guess we'll all find out at the end of the 5th inning. First pitch misses outside to Applegate. It's 0-1. 3, 4, and 5 due up for Hun as Sook back to work and misses inside for ball 2. Applegate has one of just 2 hits on the day. This one misses high and outside. It's ball 3, 3 now. Actually, it was Pontrella with the hit. Applegate walked his first time up, stranded on third base. .3-0 from Sook. It's 3-1.
It's got to make him throw another strike here, Mike. Got to make Sook work.
Applegate swings and fouls off the 3-1. It's 3-2. Kyle O'Sullivan now warming up in the Hun bullpen. The 3-2. This one swung on, popped up on the infield. Shortstop Kyle Walker calls everyone off and makes the catch. It's 1 down here in the 4th. We'll bring up the pitcher, Justin Pontrella. Justin started the day at first base.
The pitcher, number 51,
And
Justin
then
Pontrella.
took over on the hill last inning, part of that 6-run fourth inning for the Blair Academy Buccaneers. First pitch low and outside, ball 1-1-0. There's no 12-run play. You got to get somebody on base to start it. 2-0. Pontrella, chopper back up the middle, and a great job. No, that does actually sneak under the glove of Kimmelman in the center for a base hit. A nice effort from Kimmelman, but Pontrella is 2 for 2 on the day.
The center fielder, number 4.
Standing in now, Alex Mummy. Sook works from the stretch. And pitching for a strike, they say Mummy went around. Mummy swings. Hits this one towards center. Ring, able to make the catch. Pontrella has to retreat to first, and it's 2 down here in the 4th.
The designated hitter, number 22, Jordan Smith.
So now Jordan Smith stands in. First pitch outside, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. In for a strike. 1-1. 2 down here in the 4th. Blair up 12-0. Smith swings and pops that one toward right. Holiday over, makes the catch. And that retires Hun here in the 4th. No runs in the inning on a hit, no errors. And 1 left on base. We go to the 5th. Blair cruising to their 4th straight Prep A title, up 12-0 over the Raiders of Hun. You're watching Strive.
Leading off the top of the 5th inning for Blair.
Ring, Holiday, and Sook due up here
Center fielder,
in the
number 6,
5th.
Neil Ring.
12-0, Blair in front over Hun here in the Prep A championship game. Hun victorious earlier in the day to force a decisive game number 2. Well, it appears a decision has been made emphatically. Right back up the middle and a base hit. Neil Ring is 3 for 4 on the day, and he leads off the 5th with a single.
The right fielder, number 2, Kevin
It will bring the
Holiday.
right fielder, Kevin Holiday, to the plate. First pitch from Pontrella misses outside for a ball, 1-0. 1-0. Swung on foul tip. That one caught Friedberg in the midsection, so he'll take a second to gather himself as the count is even at 1. Been a tough day behind the plate for Friedberg. Very hot, humid day. This is his 12th inning behind the plate, and he's gotten beaten up with foul balls here in game number 2. Popped up behind first base. Over there is the second baseman, Schintzler, and it's 1 down here in the 5th. It will bring the pitcher, Christian Sook, to the plate.
Number 10, pitcher.
Sean, we were worried about Sook heading into the game, but he's been fantastic through 4.
Yeah, he's definitely been battling off that leg.
First pitch on the outside half, first strike, 0-1. Island Lopez waits on deck. Pontrella's pitch. Curveball inside. One and 1 the count. Here's the pitch. Chopper up the middle. Schintzler on the second one, on the first in time. Double play. A little flair added to it on the exchange between Schintzler and Perez. 3 up, 3 down here in inning number 5 for the Blair Buccaneers. They continue to lead 12-0 over Hun. We head to the bottom of the 5th after this. This is the Prep A Championship from Wolffield here on Strive.
Leading off the bottom of the 5th inning for Hun.
We go to the bottom of the 5th. Nick Perez stands in, set to go to work against Christian Sook. 12-0. Hun trails. The Blair Buccaneers looking for their 4th straight Prep A title. First pitch, check swing. No swing, says first base umpire Bill Friedman. And it's 1-0. It's the bottom part of the order. Perez, Friedberg, and the pitcher spot currently occupied by George Revock playing first base. See if that stands. Three balls, no strike, the count to Nick Perez. Blair showing no action in their bullpen right now, no reason to either. Sook throwing well and appears to be feeling good also. Gets that one in for a strike. That one outside, ball four. Perez able to draw the leadoff walk. Hun has had 3 base runners on the day. 1 retired on the double play and 2 were left on back in inning number 1. Now Gideon Friedberg stands in. Pick-off play over at first and Perez back in standing. Again, a 12-0 deficit. Hun probably not going to run as Friedberg sucks this one through the left side for a base hit. First pitch swinging for Friedberg. Perez up to second on the play, and the first 2 are on.
A little bit of life out of Hun now, Mike. Let's see if they can build off it.
First base, number 31, Ryan Stripe.
Ryan Stripe will courtesy run over on first base for the catcher Gideon Friedberg as George Rivak stands in.
Now batting first baseman, number 32.
Rivak
Rivak.
started the game on the bench. Came in to take over in relief and now is at first base. Sook facing 2 runners on for the first time since inning number 1. First pitch. In for a strike. 0-1 the count. Lead runner Perez at second base. On at first is Stripe running for Friedberg. Rivak a good swing and fouls it off. Oh, and 2 the count. Sook from the stretch. And Rivak rung up for the first out here in the 5th. It will bring the top of the order in Evan Barrett to the plate.
Evan Barrett.
We talked about Evan's prowess in hockey. Play for the Team USA under-17 team a little bit later on in the summer. First pitch here, misses for a ball. Want to know? This one chopped first base side, healthy hop. Underhand to first in time. Nice play by Andreas on the Christian Sook covering. Runners move to second and third, but it's 2 down here in the 5th. And standing in now, Peter Schinsler, the second baseman. Schinsler 0 for 2 on the day. Popped out to left, popped out to short. And his 2 at bats. Sook will work from the stretch. First pitch. That one just misses, and it's 1-0. Schinsler hits it on the right side, but Andreas is there to the bag unassisted. And after 2 hits lead off the inning, Hunt not able to get anything out of it. We will go to the sixth. Our score here in the Prep A Championship game, Blair, 12-0. You're watching Strive.
Leading off the top of the sixth inning for Blair, the designated hitter number 22, Arlen Lopez.
8-9-1 due up here in the sixth of the Prep A Championship game for Blair. They lead 12-0. Justin Pontrella back to work on the hill. First pitch swung on foul, tipped in the glove of Friedberg, and it's 0-1. Lopez, Kimmelman, and Walker. 0-1. Off-speed pitch on the inside half, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count. This one swung on and popped up on the infield. Nearly a collision there between Warosta and Perez. But Perez makes the catch, and it's 1 down here in the sixth. And we'll bring second baseman Tommy Kimmelman to the plate.
Second baseman number 1, Tommy Kimmelman.
Kimmelman, 0 for 2 on the day with a sac bunt. Humpback liner toward third. Warosta the catch, and it's 2 down. It's back to the top of the order. And Kyle Walker.
Number 3, shortstop, Kyle Walker.
Hun looking for their first 1-2-3 inning of the day. And they're going to get it here. Fly ball to Applegate, and the inning is over. Pontrella out on the hill made that half look easy. No runs, hits, errors, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the sixth. Blair 12, Hun nothing.
off the bottom of the sixth inning for the Raiders. The right fielder, number 17, Jason Applegate.
3, 4, and 5 due up for Hun here in the sixth, looking to cut into that 12-0 deficit. Applegate, Pontrella, and Mummy trying to go to work against Christian Sook. First pitch misses outside for a ball, and it's 1-0. Two and 0 the count. You know, if Blair is able to hold on here, and there's no indication really that they wouldn't be, 4 straight Prep A championships, even though it's just a 4-team tournament. Still quite an impressive feat for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, it sure is.
Two and 2 the count to Applegate. Pontrella waits on deck. Gets into this one toward left field, but Lubreski barely has to move, and it's one down. That will bring the pitcher Justin Pontrella to the plate. Pontrella 2 for 2 with a pair of singles on the day. First pitch. And outside, ball 1. One and 1 the count. I mentioned no 10-run rule because it is a championship game. 2-1 the count. Pontrella pops this one up on the infield. Andreas makes him out number 2. Alex Mummy. The last chance for Hun here in the 6th.
Number 4, center fielder Alex Mummy.
Mummy 0 for 2 on the day, flew out to center both times up. First pitch. Well, ball 1. Should Mummy keep the inning alive, Jordan Smith waits on deck. Two balls, 1 strike to count. This one hit to the right side. Andreas underhands to a covering Sook, and Hun goes down 1-2-3 here in the 6th. No runs, hits, errors, and nobody left on base. Just 3 outs away for Blair before their 4th straight Prep A championship. They lead 12-0.
Now pitching for the Raiders, number 13, Kyle O'Sullivan. Taking over at third base for Hun, number 34, Chris Iazetta. behind the plate, number 31, Ryan Stripe.
Some changes for Hun as we go to the top of the 7th. 12-0. Blair Academy Buccaneers in
Leading off
front.
the 7th inning
New pitcher into
for
the
Blair
game
Academy.
is Kyle O'Sullivan. Ryan Stripe
catcher,
takes over behind the
number 4,
plate.
David Hidalgo.
And the new third baseman
Got
is Chris Iazetta. So again, Iazetta, the new third baseman, Stripe, the new catcher, and the new pitcher is Kyle O'Sullivan. Has not allowed a run this season in 5 1/3 innings pitched. O'Sullivan, somewhat slight of frame, out on the hill. Not a power pitcher by any stretch, but in his 5 1/3 innings pitched this season, has gotten guys out, has not given up a run. Doesn't matter how you do it as long as you get them out. He'll be working 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup here for Blair. Hidalgo, Gatto, Lair, and Lubreski. Sullivan looks in for a sign. First pitch. Popped foul, and it's 0-1. A big looping curveball that misses, and it's 1-1. Misses high, and it's 2-1. Swung on and missed, and it's 2-2. Two-two pitch. This one hit pretty well out toward left field, but in the gap, able to make the catch is Evan Barrett. And it's 1 down here in the 7th.
The third baseman, number 11, Ed Lear.
Boy, Sean, how big were the eyes of Hidalgo Gatto as that one came looping in? Lair stands in. This one smoked. Deep right field toward the line. Fair ball off the fence. Extra bases for Lair. That's nothing new today. He'll drop anchor at second with a double. His 4th hit of the day. 4 for 4 for Lair. 2 runs scored. 3 RBIs.
Number 15.
Now standing in, Brett Lubreski. And Lair pitched a heck of a game in game number 1. Just a tough luck 2-0 loser. First pitch in for a strike, and it's 0-1. O'Sullivan misses inside. Hun has Smith, Perez, and Friedberg due up in the 7th. And as if they have an all-time comeback in them. Lubreski flies out the left for out number 2. And Neil Ring will have the last chance here in the 7th for Blair to try and add to their
Center fielder
12-0
number 6,
lead.
Neil Ring.
Ring hadn't had such a bad day himself. 3 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Pitch in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Ring swings and crushes this one foul. And it's 0-2. O'Sullivan has been effective this inning. Here's the stretch and the 0-2. That big curveball again, and it misses inside.
He's going to be effective as long as he can stay down in the zone. Those pitches he leaves up, those are the ones that are going to get hit.
That one too high, and it's 2-2. That big curveball comes in, you feel like you're Bugs Bunny. You screw yourself into the ground swinging at it.
It's almost like the old Ephus.
Oh, that one close but misses inside. It's a full count. Not sure where it missed, to be honest with you. 3-2. Inside, ball 4. They'll actually say that hit him. Just a technicality at that point. Ring on at first, and Holiday stands in.
Number 2, Kevin Holiday.
Holiday on the day. Reached on a fielder's choice, has a pair of runs scored, 1 for 4 on the day. Swings at the first pitch in the dirt. And it's 1-0. Sure not going to get hurt down there. 0-1 the count. This one hit towards short. Short way to second. Perez on to Schnitzler. And the inning is over. No runs on a hit, no errors, 2 left on base. Blair 3 outs away from their 4th straight Prep A title. They lead 12-0 here on Strive. Bottom of the 7th, last chance for Hun. They trail 12-0. And standing in first, Chris Iazetta.
The bottom of the 7th inning for Hun, number 34.
Iazetta took over for James Worosta at third base. He was DH'd for, but first chance to hit for Iazetta. And the pitch is on the outside half for a strike. It's 0-1. Iazetta, a little humpback liner to second. Waiting for it on the hop is Kimmelman, and that's 1 down here in the 7th. And it will bring Nick Perez, the shortstop, to the plate. Christian Sook.
Nick Perez.
Only 2 strikeouts on the day, but he's quieted the Hun Bats. 2 outs away from the 4th straight Prep A title. Perez fouls it off. 7-1. Perez a healthy cut, and it's 0-2. Swung on and missed. And Hun down to their last out. It will be Ryan Stripe. Stripe took over for Gideon Friedberg, who was 1 for 2 last inning behind the plate.
31 catcher Ryan Stripe.
Christian Sook trying to finish off the 4th straight Prep A title. This one hit towards center. Over his ring, Blair has won their 4th straight. The Blair Buccaneers, under head coach Jim Stone, victorious for the 4th year in a row. In their path to the championship, defeated Lawrenceville. Hun lost to Hun 2-0 last game, but then convincing in their 12-0 victory this afternoon to clinch their 4th straight Prep A title. You can hear fans from both sides applauding. A great season from the Hun Raiders in the Mercer County tournament. They were victorious over last year's champion West Windsor Plainsboro South before being eliminated by Steiner, and then making it all the way to the state championship game and forcing a decisive game 2 before falling 12-0 to Blair. Now both teams will line up and go through a handshake line. Great display of sportsmanship here from both sides. But you know this one's got to feel good for Blair, winning their 4th straight. And for Hun, not exactly the taste that they wanted to go out on this season, Sean, but always motivation for next year.
Yep, that's exactly right, Mike.
So for the Buccaneers, their 4th straight championship. Congratulations to head coach Jim Stone and the Blair Buccaneers for the 4th consecutive year Prep A champions. For my broadcast partner Sean Pucciarelli, as well as Sean Lerman earlier on in the day, I'm Mike Samsel. Thanks so much for watching the Prep A championships here on Strive. Have a great day, everyone.